You probably think the Illuminati is just some overused conspiracy buzzword, some weird secret handshakes, creepy YouTube rabbit holes with haunting background music, right? Well, think again. We're not talking about silly internet theories. We're talking about real, physical places, structures built with cold precision, hidden in plain sight. These are not myths or urban legends. These are documented, photographed, and connected to powerful organizations with unlimited money, legal immunity, and bloodlines tracing back to ancient empires. There are architectural plans, historical records, and leaked intelligence proving their existence, buildings across Europe and the United States designed using occult diagrams, like the Tree of Life or the Seal of Solomon. Sounds unbelievable? Then dig into the Vatican's secret archives, NATO's declassified schematics with unexplained underground extensions, or investigate the Rothschild family's Waddesdon estate and its secret sublevels. These aren't basements for wine cellars. They're ritual chambers carved in black stone, built on Pythagorean proportions, aligned with stars and planets. Why? Because these people don't build for function, they build for control, for energy, and for ritual. Forget the stereotype of Sunday morning Satan worship. This is a distraction. The real operations happen in silence, isolation, and military-grade secrecy. Think Bohemian Grove is the elite's playground? That's just the show, the place where cameras peek in, making it look weird enough for you to dismiss. The real temples are far more serious, far more ancient, and far better organized. Underground complexes in Switzerland, Austria, northern Italy, and even right here in the US, Colorado, West Virginia, and the Nevada desert. These are places where high political, banking, and religious figures gather behind closed doors. For coordinated ritual activity, they are active. Want proof? Look at the blueprints of 13th century Gothic cathedrals. Why do so many mirror ancient Mesopotamian ziggurat floor plans? Why do underground altars exist in the shape of octagons, the sacred geometry of Babylonian blood rituals? Look at the Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. Every inch carved with Kabbalah, Freemasonry, alchemical symbolism, and coded references to Luciferian texts predating the Bible. This is no coincidence. This is blueprint-level continuity passed down by secret orders, the Knights Templar, the Jesuits, and modern shadowy successors you'll never see in the news. This isn't just art. These buildings sit on ley lines, magnetic fault lines known since ancient Druidic times to radiate energy. The elites still exploit these zones today. Why do you think the United Nations headquarters, the Pentagon, and the European Parliament are built on geomagnetically charged sites? They're not coincidences. They are deliberate placements for ritual architecture. Rituals designed to manipulate mass consciousness using symbols, sound frequencies, and architectural geometry. These buildings are alive. They hum with resonance. They are designed to interface with forces these people try to channel. For example, beneath the Basilica of St. John Lateran, the true cathedral of the Pope, not St. Peter's, lies a sealed crypt with altars dating back to the Mithraic mystery cults. Mithraism, blood rituals, cave worship, hierarchical priesthoods. Sound familiar? That's the root operating system of the religious structure we call organized religion. And those rituals? They never stopped, they just changed names and faces. Think this is just European theater? Think again. The US has its own secret temples. Ever heard about the Denver International Airport? A temple disguised as an airport. Its murals show apocalyptic scenes, children in coffins, soldiers in gas masks, and Masonic cornerstones right in your face. This isn't bad taste, it's revelation of the method, psychological conditioning to prepare the unconscious mind for ritual domination. A Luciferian temple built into your travel infrastructure. And that's just one example. Similar underground complexes exist in Colorado, Nevada, and West Virginia, hosting secret meetings between political, banking, and religious elites. Rituals aren't pageantry. They are occult science. These temples, above ground or underground, are laboratories for soul manipulation. Sound chambers tuned to ancient solfeggio frequencies. Floor patterns mimicking stellar constellations. Symbols working like sigils, each carefully chosen to unlock something deep inside the human psyche or to link participants to otherworldly forces. It's not metaphor, it's a mechanism, and they've mastered it. Here's the ugly truth: you fund these temples through taxes, donations, media consumption, blind allegiance to institutions that wear masks of legitimacy. The same institutions that protect these temple builders, classify their files, silence whistleblowers, erase names from flight logs, and scrub digital trails. These temples aren't ancient ruins. They are operational command centers in a war for your consciousness. Lucifer isn't the red-skinned devil from cartoons or the horned villain of cheap Sunday school propaganda. That's a decoy, a deflection. The word Lucifer is Latin for light-bearer. The Roman Church's original Latin Vulgate of Isaiah 14:12 used it to mock a Babylonian king, not to name Satan. Later, religious powers twisted it into the ultimate evil to demonize knowledge itself. Control the language, control perception. Look into ancient spiritual texts, especially Gnostic scriptures like the Pistis Sophia or the Apocryphon of John, and a different enemy emerges, not Lucifer but the demiurge, an arrogant false god who traps souls in matter and claims to be the creator. The real villain isn't the light-bearer, it's the imposter god propped up by the very institutions that demonized Lucifer. Hermetic wisdom calls light knowledge. Lucifer represents awakening, rebellion, personal sovereignty. But the Church turned that into the boogeyman to crush independent thought. The Illuminati didn't invent Luciferianism, they hijacked it, weaponizing it to control from within, twisting its core message into elitism and hierarchy. Real Luciferianism is about questioning everything, pursuing gnosis, and dismantling corrupt power. The elite inverted that into an ideology of control. This isn't just theory or fiction, it's real. Ritual blood sacrifice still exists, sanitized, hidden, and rebranded. Power is maintained through trauma, secrecy, and hierarchy. Generations of elite families suffer mental breakdowns and disappearances because of these systemic abuses. The media won't cover it, law enforcement is blocked, and victims are labeled insane. The ancient playbook remains unchanged. Sacrifice is control over the spiritual field. This war for your consciousness is happening right now, in temples, above and beneath your feet. The question is, will you remain asleep or will you become the true light bringer? Because once you see through the lie, the system will try to silence you, but your awakening is their greatest threat. Remember, Lucifer means bringer of light. What if that light is inside you? If you want to dive deeper into these hidden truths and expose the dark realities behind power, subscribe and hit the bell. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and never stop questioning.